Hey there, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Empire Interviews. So I am the John Carter, the John Carter on Twitter, co-founder of Jpg Empire. And today I'm going to be sitting down with Dave. It's going to be an amazing conversation. Thank you guys for joining us, and let's get right into it. What's up, Dave? How are we doing today?
Love it, man. Squeak!
There we
are
go.
Doing pretty good. We are doing pretty good. I just took my children to bed. My wife went to bed. Now the house is, or the living room is empty, and we can roll the whole evening long, John. That would be the gameplay for me today.
Fantastic. All right.
How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. I'm glad that you're here. We've been trying to do this for a while, but you've got so many different things going on, and I'm excited to hear all about it. So first of all, tell me a little bit about yourself before crypto. Tell me about your background, like where are you located, where are you from? You don't have to dox everything about yourself, but you know what I mean? Give me a little background on you.
Yes, of course. I'm based in Germany. Living all over Germany, so I've been growing up in the south, went to the north, now living in the east, in Dresden. I studied there mechanical engineering, and I'm also by profession still working as a process engineer in semiconductor manufacturing. So I'm designing processes for semiconductors. Found my wife here. We have 2 children now, and like 2 years ago, I decided to join the Cardano ecosystem, started to learn, started to build a network, and ended up here with my own project now.
That's awesome. So did you ever spend any time in any of the other ecosystems, or did you just start straight up on Cardano?
I bought Bitcoin with friends in 2011. And I sold in 2014 for traveling the world for half a year, which was a perfect decision at that time. Now, yeah, it's a little bit remorse, but well, afterwards, 2014, I basically didn't join in for quite some time because I finished my studies. I haven't had any money anymore, and joined crypto in 2019 again with part of the first income a little bit, and dabbled in ETH, of course, and left it 2020 for Cardano. And I didn't look back a lot. Now I'm looking around, like everyone probably, Solana, Sui, say, these chains, got wallets on them. I checked out the ecosystem. But with starting my own project, I realized, yeah, no time for that anymore. So mostly I'm active in Cardano. And I think it will outgrow Cardano in time again. But for now, this is where the focus is and stays.
That's awesome. That's really great. So let's see. So you're in Cardano. Tell us about Squeak. What is this project? What are you guys doing? And I know I'm in some of the back channels of some of the stuff you've been working on. So I've heard bits and pieces about it, but I would love to learn more about what you're thinking, what you all are trying to do. And I know you have a mint coming up. And somebody was telling me, they were like, hey, you should tell them not to mint on Cardano. You should tell them to mint on Sui. And and I was like, well, you know, it's just one of those things. Just because, I don't know, I think Cardano is a really good place to have a really strong community. And some of these other places, there is a little bit more attention and liquidity right now. But long term, that's not what builds a good project, in my opinion, right? I mean, it's something necessary, but you can build a good project and people will come no matter what, as long as it is a good project.
Yes. I might know who that is.
Yeah, we both know who that is.
But the thing is, there's a big advantage if you go to Sui, which is nobody got a network there. There are no projects really. There are projects now, but the OGs haven't been decided. And you could build into this if you want to. Um, but I agree with your opinion. That's the main reason why I want to start on Cardano. Plus, I got resources and a network here that I can leverage, and that makes it in many places more efficient, faster,
And
and
less
cheaper.
complicated. Yeah, less complicated, right? There's not as many
Yeah,
unknown
yeah.
variables. You know who you can go to.
That, exactly, exactly. Like, for example, I'm using a completely different, I plan to use, now I'm already using it, the reward claiming I have ongoing in some phases with Squeak. It's a portal designed by Adalot, and I think it's the better staking solution, to be honest, for many projects, because you open up claiming for a time frame, and active people can claim. You, as a project, don't pay transaction fees. They have an 0.18 fee in pay plus the transaction fees for claiming their share that they earned through staking participation, whatever you want to do. And whoever doesn't claim missed his window. So it's no longer about freeloading for buying early. No, it's about staying committed to a project, staying active, and earning the claimable rewards. Because that is one of the issues Cardano got. I think Cardano got a little bit old by age, really. The users are us, our age. Like, I don't know your age, but I'm in my 30s. And yeah, and
I'm
we
29,
don't
but if
have.
I say I'm
Oh,
29, my wife
wow.
gets annoyed because I won't say why, but she always says that I'm 30. She answers for me.
Hopefully, she doesn't listen now.
Oh, no, no, no. She
But
would never pay attention to my silly crypto stuff, you know?
that's good. Mine doesn't either. She's actually sometimes annoyed from it.
Yep.
But what I mean is, there is no one who, or less people who are working for their backs on themselves, on their own. And that's different if you've got a younger user base, because the younger user base often got more time as they have no family. They also have a different vision on crypto, which is this pump and go, pump and go, and but that includes working for your back. And Cardano went different way, which is we have this passive staking, which initially like it was 6, 7, 8% just for leaving your radar there. Yeah, that was awesome. Like, it's insane. Now, if you got your own stake pool running at a time where you could fill it, like you were able to make it just from that. But times are changing, and now the young blood didn't come to Cardano, but took the faster road that just was more in this pushy, pumpy road. And now it is like how to find the right level of motivating people to engage with your project and still reward them for this, because in our age, everyone knows what his service is worth. That's the other thing. And yeah, you need to find a fine middle way. And that just happens through engaging with your community and keeping them active.
Absolutely. That was one of the biggest struggles that we had at JPEG Empire, is because of the history, a lot of the community inside of the Discord fizzled out. So we wanted to make sure that we were still in front of everybody, that they still saw our faces, that they saw that we were still here and that we're not going anywhere. That was when we started this channel, because we knew that it was a way that we could be in front of everybody every day. We can connect with other projects, learn about the projects, also make that network. And so this is what we've been doing in exchange for what we're lacking in Discord. We feel that we have incubated in our online presence and in our live streams Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific. So yeah.
Definitely, and you're doing a great job, a massive job actually. Like, I'm super impressed. I went through your YouTube channel, and I was flabbergasted, to be honest, on how much content you got out there already. And like, that's the way you need to go, because in the end, Discord for us founders is relevant for announcements to the community and short interactions with them. And to be very honest, the rest needs to be handled by the mods, as they are there to entertain. And then I see Discord as a tool to motivate my community, exactly based on this fine level of how to motivate and how to reward them for what they do. And this is a constant balancing the line on maybe sometimes giving out too much, sometimes too less for a time frame, and adjust this step by step. And then it is our job to be out there as founders, to be out there and present our project, be the front man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I guess that's an interesting segue into a question that I have for you. So where you have this background in, it's like basically engineering processes for I'm trying to say it's semiconductors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's computer
As
chips.
far
Yeah.
Yeah, computer chips. As far as that kind of technology goes, right? What are your optimistic ideals about where blockchain technology is going to take us, and like future capabilities of this space? Because obviously, like, something that I see and that, like, I will say is kind of like one of my grievances with this space is that we have a lot of really, really smart people from all these different places, and they have all of these great ideas, but not enough like infrastructure or support to actualize them, right? But then we
Mm-hmm.
have the majority of people that are just in here playing around, right? They're just in here messing around, playing around. And I feel like people like us have these much bigger aspirations, I guess. And so I wanted to know what you see in the future for blockchain, and what kinds of use cases are you most excited about?
I'm most excited, or what do I see in the future? I think every company, every small business, everything needs its own token. And it's going to have its own token, because more and more, it everything is based on having a community behind you. Everything is based on having a user base, especially with Web 2. So everything that's happening in the World Wide Web, you will more and more look for a user base. This is why influencers got big, because they can push people. Now, if you as a company, as a small business, get a coin, you get access to a user base. You can build your community, and it happens in two directions. You can take a part of your IRL income and buy back your own token step by step. It will constantly drive interest into your project. But now that on Cardano, this is essential. That was, for example, one of the main reasons why I decided now I can start is we got trading fees on tokens, not only royalties on NFTs, but now we got the DEXs, MinSwap, SundaSwap. All of these now got trading fees. Saturn Swap, they Splash Protocol. That's super essential, because now there is a give and take between project and traders. And if you know how to, if you build a system how to play this, everyone can gain. And that's what Squeak is actually about. Starting to use funds and actually building a brand with these marmots that these are animals in the mountains here in Europe, at least. They are in the Alps and very well known between under snowboarders, skiers, mountaineers, hikers, everything like this. They can be an awesome merch this way, and designed into super customizable skis, snowboards, winter clothes, huts, everything you see, gloves, and just brand it. You can build a real brand behind it and get IRL income into it. And now there you can build your own arbitrage opportunity if you get NFTs and tokens. And if you do this and design as a business to constantly buy back your token from a part of your revenue, you create a constant arbitrage opportunity between your NFT and your token. And in this arbitrage opportunity, there's always a percentage coming back to you as a business. Because you got these trading fees. You can decrease your royalties on the NFTs a bit. You got the trading fees. And if you started your business by supporting of a community, by a mint, and you use these mint funds to constantly drive this system, the community will constantly have an opportunity for arbitrage from every small buyback you do. And step by step, take the gains out of this. But you as a project get these trading fees. And the more and the longer you do it, and if you get successful as a business, the higher your buybacks will be. And the more your trading fees will come out of this because the arbitrage opportunities get bigger. And this means you can build basically a second pillar to every IRL business that can become a self-driven income additionally to your IRL business revenue.
That's super interesting.
So,
is this also have to do with like the 404 standard that people keep talking about? Is that how you're planning on doing it?
The 404 standard is nothing more than a liquidity pool between NFT and token. Mm-hmm. It's nothing more. You can build a faucet, take a wallet. Like Squeak is on forming a real company. At the moment, we are a real company. We are compliant and are also accessible if we work. So I don't see any issue with building a simple faucet, no smart contract, nothing, that does nothing more than you send Squeak X amount plus a small share of ADA for the transaction fee, and as a fee, let's say 3 ADA, and you get out an NFT. And you send an NFT plus 3 ADA, you get out the Squeak amount. Now, if Squeak rises in price all of a sudden and the NFTs don't follow up right away on the marketplaces, you sell your Squeak, you buy an NFT, you swap it to Squeak, you sell your Squeak, you buy an NFT, you swap it to Squeak, and still it is leveled out, and you could constantly take gains from this. That's arbitrage, right? And you just need a faucet. Like, why use a smart contract when you are a fully registered company? I don't see a reason. That's this being trustless is good when you're big, but you can't afford it when you're small. But a faucet, that's like easy, exactly. And CSwap, that's a big shout out to CSwap. They are building this. They are building liquidity pools. They already got it. So NFTs on CSwap are liquid if you build up a liquidity pool NFT to ADA, and you will always be able to pull it out. Well, it's not the best price right now because in general NFT and whatever, and especially because ADA is not leverageable by you as a project. It is a little bit, but you can't impact it a lot with your own revenue. You can impact your own token. And once they got their DEX, I'm 100% sure it will not take long that you can set up liquidity pools NFT to your own token. And then that's 404 or however you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's awesome. I love that. And that's a super interesting idea because we have been, I will say, struggling in a sense to think about what we're going to do with the original JPEG Junkie project because there's 6,000 NFTs over there, right? And our mint right now for our collection, which is only 3,333, we're actually stopping it at the end of this month, and we're only at like 650 minted. right?
Crazy.
Out of 3,000 something. But so we're about to stop it at the end of this month, and we want to provide value to the original JPEG Junkie holders. And so the idea of that, like, 404 kind of mechanism is what we have played with and thought about a lot, which might be the direction we end up going. But right now, we're trying to focus as much as possible on the mint, build what we're building, roll out what we're rolling out, which we've done with almost no money. And then we're sure that it'll balance out, and then we'll have time to like think about that. It's where we're at right now.
Just so you know, I also got an IP to erect NFT project that's gonna hopefully revive in time again.
Which one?
That's Wild Ones NFTs.
The wise ones?
The Wild Ones.
Wild ones. The wild
I'm
ones.
basically in with 3 teammates, Mode Master, PT Jones, and Glassbender. We have access to the Wild Ones NFTs, and we actually already built something for them. Just not now. I'm not gonna front run that. But Squeak will basically be the first customer of Wild Ones. That's another reason why Squeak has been built. It's Squeak. It's just a dream of myself, and I think the big picture is pretty cool for it. I can't front run everything now.
You can't share the big picture yet? Not ready?
I can show the specific Squeak picture. That's actually like we're gonna rebrand this week. I'm just on setting up the promo Facey bot, which is, in my opinion, the better engaged bot. It definitely is because it brings a gaming aspect with credits you get for the engagement. Now it's no longer just getting a better role. So that's what we got in our Discord actually. Like we have this farm bot going. Everybody knows Farmbot nowadays on Cardano, at least if you're active in the communities. You acquire roles through engagement, and the higher you roll, the better you drip. Now, this has been running for 2 months, and I think it did pretty good, but it missed the fact of having a lot of value for the holder role, and it did not bring a lot of fun. People came to grind and went out again. Now the promo Facey bot will change this because you can play. You have a weekly leaderboard. Your dripping rank will now be every week reset, but you can get to the max pretty fast. And then it is a competition between people because the first to reach a high level and hold the high level are in the top percentile, and they get the best drip. And the next week it's reset, and you get a chance again to run up fast. And once it's reset, you also get credit points for your rank you achieved in this week's leaderboard. And these credit points can be used in a shop where you can basically then buy a Squeak token or buy an NFT or whatever we can place in this shop. Or you can play a slot machine and have your luck running with these credit points and maybe get more or less or nothing out of there.
I love that. That's super interesting. We have been so we currently have been using the GFi bot, and there is some drama in the background in the history there, which has been difficult for us to justify in a certain sense. And so we've been looking for other options, but we've gotten so like dependent on it in the sense that we have a lot of holders. We have like 24, well, I'll say a lot, but we have like 24 different holders that are connected to it. So whenever we tweet, we get those 24 retweets, right? And so, and that gets our message out further. So is that something that bot can also do or no?
Yes, it's exactly that. It's exactly that. So you have this similar bot. So I used the GFi bot in the TKF project. I was part of a project prior this year, which unfortunately didn't launch. But I used it there and I quite liked it. I honestly think the fees are pretty high for it. If you use the full version. But the marketplace was pretty cool. What they have was pretty cool. And the Promo Faces bot is doing something very similar. You got similar buttons, but they also implemented what I wanted them to implement. So Promo Faces, you are awesome guys. Like I chat with them quite a lot, and they react super fast and also take up your ideas. And I compared GFi and Engage and realized with the Engage bot, I got better results because people actually went into Twitter and looked at the post. And if you provide a video, people need to look at it, otherwise it doesn't trigger the algorithm. So GFi system didn't do that. That was a little bit itchy for me because you could do everything out of Discord, but nobody triggered the
repost. They don't trigger the repost,
yes.
so they don't actually look
yes,
at it.
The repost they did, but nobody triggered the algorithm in the sense of looking long at it. And the Twitter is tracking this, how long you stay in a post, right? And Promo Faces, it took them 2 weeks, and now they have 2 options that I can state. Okay, you can use the buttons in Discord, or you only get 1 button and are sent to Twitter and have to do it from there. And I love it. I really love it. Now I can basically state, okay, this is just a comment to an influencer. I want people to run it up, do it out of Discord, I don't care. But this is an important tweet of my project. Please go to Twitter. Well, you need to go to Twitter, but everybody knows now this is important. And really watch it. Because if you stay on a video that's 20 seconds and you watch it for 20 seconds, the Twitter algorithm says, oh, that's interesting. People watch it till the end. Yeah.
That's awesome. So
they are pretty cool. Check out Promo Facey. Yeah, I sent it to you on Twitter.
Yep. Got it.
Oh, you already got it? Okay, perfect.
Yep.
That's this. They got the logo. It's written in Promo Facey. Yeah.
Super excited about that. So we need
Lots
to
of aspects.
What?
Lots of aspects on Squeak. So that's an aspect actually. Like I'm building a small Raiders guild just with a system pretty different to the other ones. Let's see if it works out.
No, I think that's awesome. I definitely want to support this project and be a part of it as much as possible. We've talked about some potential partnerships going on here in a little bit. The trading bot is going to be active by the end of this week. So we'll definitely make sure that we're going to have like a small private launch. So certain people, there's like a handful of people that will have access to that. I'm going to make sure that you're one of them. Right. And
that would be so awesome.
All of the feedback possible. I think that we're actually going to like give like a super small fee stipend. Is kind of what I was thinking. Just so that way you can run it, see what's going on, and how you feel about it. Because the more that it gets used, the smarter it gets, and the better the actual return will be.
Yeah.
I can't promise returns because we can't promise returns, but we can say that the bot gets smarter, it gets better, it works better, and we want to make sure that the user experience is good.
That's it. And then we explore it. And I need to explore it because, as you said, and part of the Squeak Mint is provide passive income for the project, and such a bot could play a major role for different reasons. Like, it's not keeping the value in ADA, it's normally keeping it in USDC, which is very sensible. Like, the amount of projects we saw die due to keeping their value in ADA is unimaginably high. So, and part of the Squeak Mint will also be to provide stable coin liquidity to ADA, because you can farm it in MintSwap, right? Why not do it if you get like a good mint fund, and it gives you a good API, not the best, but it gives you something, and it's needed for Cardano. We need this stable liquidity a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dave, I'm sorry. Look, we're going to have to schedule another time, and then we'll definitely go longer because I know that we can have a super great conversation. And I mean, this was awesome. I learned a lot about Squeak. I didn't know all of those aspects, and the way that you were talking about it from the business aspect, which is what I was talking about today. Somebody was asking if NFTs are dead, and I was saying NFTs have changed. Before they were fun, there was no value. Now they have to be based around a business model. And it's basically your seed funding for a business model.
Yeah,
Whether you want to call it that, whether legally you can call it that or not, because technically you can't, but this is basically what is happening here. And in the Cardano ecosystem, it's like where NFTs used to be silly and not have any value, and then they would just like pump. Now that people are actually hardcore building some products, they're bored, right? They're not exciting to people anymore. But I think as the cycle goes on, those products and projects that made serious products, those are the ones that are going to be successful out in the end. And so, like, if you've been grinding all through the bear market to build something, I think that those are the projects that will withstand the test of time.
I think so too. That's exactly what you need to do, like you described. Yes.
But good.
And this NFTs really are an extension to a token project. That's what I see them nowadays. A beautiful extension. That's the essential thing. They can be weird. They can be nice. They can be funny. They can be beautiful. They can also just be a membership card. Mm-hmm. Also fine for the use case. But they need to be fully included in this ecosystem that this project is envisioning. And if this doesn't happen, they are bound liquidity of community members. And we're experiencing still somehow a bear market on Cardano where no liquidity is coming in. It's dreadful. And if some situation comes that you didn't factor in and all of a sudden you need the money, you will sell them for close to nothing from what you bought them.
Yep.
And that's why if you design your ecosystem right, they are an extension to your ecosystem. Beautiful, fun, great, and then still liquid and value generating. Yeah, that's how I see them. That's how I try to place them in Squeak.
I appreciate that. Dave, this has been an amazing conversation, and thank you so much for your time. We're going to do this again, and we should start doing some things together or at different times. Mm-hmm. If you can do this more often, I know that you have a busy life also, or on the weekends, or something, it would be a lot of fun. Like we could have the weekly Squeak,
well, we call it the wild side. It's in the making.
Oh, well, there we go. We could collab there.
We could collab there, definitely.
I appreciate you. We'll see you next time around, and this has been great. We'll see you on the next one.
Same. See you around. Thanks for having me, John.
Thank you.